Hi everyone, this is Chef Mark, and I'm at Appliance Factory with a clarification and an apology. Now, this video that we made, it's down in the description. Click on the link so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. I go over all the different features of a modern oven, and I make a couple of mistakes. And I get this in the comment. So I think what happened is for people who watched just a few moments of the video, it was really helpful. Some of the comments said exactly what I needed to know. Thank you. A very helpful explanation, exactly what I've been searching for on the internet. And what I do is I talk about the difference between roast and bake and convection. So I'll just go over that really quick here. This Thermador oven has a bunch of features, but bake basically means that you're turning on the bake element, which is on this oven, it's underneath this panel. Sometimes that bake element is exposed. It's a wire that you'll see. Broil will kick on this element up here, and that creates heat from the top for browning. Convection kicks on that fan back there, so if you're doing convection bake, that fan will turn on, and that's what I like to do. I always run my oven on convection at all times, unless I'm baking something really delicate, like a sponge cake, a genoise, something that needs to be completely still, maybe macarons. But how often do you bake something that delicate? Me, almost never. And then roast, and this is where roast can get a little confusing. Roast kicks on both elements. It kicks on a little bit of the broiler and a little bit of the bake element at the same time. And that's better for browning. So things like roasting vegetables, roasting potatoes. Now here's what I went wrong. I was talking about how do you roast a big piece of meat like a turkey. And I say I suggest that you either use convection bake or regular bake. As I'm going through the video, near the end of the video, just something gets switched in my brain and I say roast instead of bake when I'm talking about turkey, and I was completely wrong about that. And it's reflected in these comments. This is actually pretty funny. Hey brother, you clearly did not answer the question. I watched this 4 times and I'm amazed at how much you said without clarifying anything. Good point. You had one job. One job. You have a 2-minute video to tell people the difference between convection, bake, and roast, and you didn't do it. So it's pretty funny. Click on the link and read some of the comments, because I get roasted pretty hard on that. And that's just a product of me not being prepared for the video. But then there's some great questions in here too. What if I don't have a broil element? Well, one of two things. If you don't have a broil element, either your oven doesn't have a broil feature, therefore it cannot roast food. You won't have that roast option, or you have an older style range where maybe the broil element is in the drawer way underneath. That's really old school, but they still make them. They tend to be a less expensive item that you might see in budget style appliances. Other great questions. I don't have a convection oven. Can I still roast a chicken in it? Sure, just use a regular bake feature. What the convection will do is circulate that air, reducing hot spots. Do I need to turn my oven down if I'm using convection? Great question. If you set your convection oven for 350, it'll automatically reduce the temperature by 25 degrees, giving you essentially the same amount of temperature. The recipe should come out at the same time. Quite frankly, what I do is I set everything on 375 convection, regardless of what oven I'm using. Therefore, I have a range of consistency. The temperature on roasting things like chicken, turkey, prime rib, it's not that critical. Just the higher you have it, the more careful you have to be about how long you let food carry over. What if my oven doesn't have a visible element? Then it's like this. It's got a hidden element. But the broiler element will always be exposed, whether electric or some of them, if it's a gas oven, will actually be like an infrared gas. And then I have a question in here, is there a gas wall oven? Yes, gas wall ovens do exist, but they're extremely rare. Frigidaire makes one, and they're very expensive. They're hard to get right now. So if you need a gas oven for your wall oven, think way ahead before you need that at the last moment. But ultimately at the end, it says, he confused me. He said roast at the 2-minute and 15 mark, and I think he meant bake, and I did mean bake. So watching the video back over, I'm like, did I make such an obvious mistake? And I sure did. So I just wanted to clarify here that baking is really better for slow roasting meats, and roasting is better for that kind of higher temperature where you want to be browning. Convection is best for that circulation of air, reducing hot spots. I bake cookies with convection, and I can put multiple layers, sheet trays of cookies, knowing that they're all gonna come out evenly. And finally, broiling is for getting that nice sear and that char. So if you have your turkey and you've been convection baking that, and then at the last moment you want a little bit more browning, you can put it to convection roast for a few minutes to help brown the top if you need more of that. Or if you're really in a hurry, you can put it on broil to get that maximum energy from the top to aid in browning. So hopefully that clarifies. I got 218,000 views on this video, and I think I confused half the internet. So just want to take a few minutes to clarify. This is Chef Mark with Appliance Factory Mattress Kingdom. As always, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe. Love having you join us. Thanks.